Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. RG3 wants Caleb Williams to pull an Eli Manning and demand the Bears don't draft him. He said, with everything that just happened with Justin Fields, can Caleb Williams really look at that and say, this organization has my best interest in heart, and they're going to help develop me into the player I want to become? Do you agree with RG3's assessment?
I mean, somewhat I do agree based on the way they handled the Justin Fields situation. You look at it from an organizational standpoint. To me, I think Caleb Williams is such an immense talent that he can overcome the shortcomings that are going on with the Bears right now. Obviously, the offensive additions that they did add, I would have to have a talk with management. I would have to have a talk with management. And what are your 2 or your 3 year plan? What's your 2 or your 3 year goals as far as I'm concerned, as far as me being into the fold as the starting quarterback for the Bears? I mean, it's very important. But then you look at it on the flip side. Let's say he does demand to sit out and wants to go somewhere else. Obviously, Eli Manning was drafted by the Chargers, but then eventually he went to the New York Giants. What other teams are out there that would be good for him that don't have the quarterback position already filled out?
So with any job situation, so if somebody leaves a job, I'm not supposed to take that job because they mishandled somebody else. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, no, I think, and I understand what Robert was saying. I understand what he's saying. Will Caleb Williams pull and do what Eli Manning did? No, I don't think so. I don't think he has the cojones to pull that off. Obviously, Archie Manning and the history that they have with the NFL, I think he was able to pull that off. But I think Caleb Williams, he's going to be a Bear, and you're going to have to do the best you can with the situation you're put in.
Should a quarterback not want to go to the Broncos, consider how they handle Russell Wilson?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because so where do we stop this? Because at every point, listen, I'm a little older than you, Ocho, so I go back and study this stuff.
Uh-huh.
We can go back and look at every NFL team and say they've mishandled a quarterback at some point in time in their history.
Yeah.
So is that what we're going to do? Because somebody got mishandled, well, I don't want to go there.
Hey, you know, it's tough. It's rough. And the fact that obviously, quarterbacks are given a 3 year span. They're given a 3 year span. And these organizations need to know for the development, the confidence, in which way you want your organization to go. You have to do everything you can in putting the right pieces around those quarterbacks, especially now. And in this day and age, quarterbacks don't sit back and wait until
No, you can't. There's too much money involved at the tail end. There's too much money at the end of the rope, Ocho, and partner cliche. But there's too much money 4 years down the line in order for you to have to wait. Because I'm going to have to cut somebody a check for $250 million.
Yes,
well,
sir.
Caleb Williams, the minimum that he's going to get, if he's what people believe, the minimum he's going to get is $300 million.
Yeah.
So that's also why I knew he would not be going back. Well, Marvin Harrison Jr., same thing. Well, the NIL can pay him what he can make it. No, they can't. And second of all you're doing is delaying a year for free agency.
Right.
All you're doing is push the free agency. So I'm going to push down the road an opportunity to get $125 million, $140 million, $150 million. Right. If I'm a quarterback, I'm going to push down the road the ability to get $300 million.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm Caleb Williams, I look at, they got DJ Moore. They just got Keenan Allen. They got Cole Kmet. Now, could we go into the draft and get an offensive lineman to protect Caleb Williams? Sure, that's a possibility now. Because with Keenan Allen, with DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, I like the skills because I can go get me a third receiver, Ocho, on down the line, maybe the third or the fourth round. But now I need to think about somebody that's going to protect the investment. Right. I don't care how much money you got in the bank. You better have some guards. You better have some security guard to protect you.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what you need. So that's why you look at Caleb Williams. You look at him as an investment. Right. Now I need parameters around him to protect it.
You see, it's one thing for you to say it. It's one thing for you to say it, but is Mr. Proles and the rest of the organization willing to do what they need to do to make sure they're going to protect that investment so you get the most that you can out of him early. So when year 3 is up, you're willing to pay him without any regrets or any second thoughts.
I believe they are. They also signed Gilbert Arenas, who's a pass catching tight end. They signed DeAndre Swift, running back from the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. And look at the defense. They got all-pro Jalen Johnson, who was sensational. Montez Sweat, that they traded for and got from the Washington football team, right? The Commanders. I think that's where they got him from. So you're talking about a top 10 defense. I'm possibly set. Now I need protection. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I made with Justin Fields. And sometimes, we can learn from the mistakes that we made to make sure we don't make them again. Because we got Justin Fields, but we forgot a situation where we needed to protect him.
Right.
But he also, Fields made some mistakes by, not shifting the line one way or another, taking unnecessary punishment. But that comes along with maturity. You learn. You ain't going to take too many of them right here under the chin, Ocho. We've all taken them, but we learned, I ain't going across there no more. I'm going to have my head on swivel. I'm going to know where that hit's coming from.
Right.
But for me, I disagree with RG3. I understand what he's saying, but we got to be careful trying to encourage people to do something because we disagree with how situation handled before. Because we can go back and look at it and says, you know what? They mishandled that team too. Yeah, they mishandled this player.
We ain't even got to go back that damn far now.
No, we don't.
Got to go back that far. Honestly, it happens every year. Especially look at the running back position.
Right.
Look at the running back position and the positions that NFL teams and owners don't feel are valuable anymore. Hell, they ain't handling none of them right.
How's your audio, your microphone?
What's wrong with it? You can't hear me?
Huh?
Hold on, you can't hear me?
Yeah, they say you sound like you in the bathroom.
How it sound now?
Is it better?
Hello?
Better.
It is?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay. I had to hit the button. I had to hit the button. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
I had the button on the side of my
They say it sound like you was doing a number 3, a 1 and a 2.
Oh, nah. I'm good. Sorry about that, Chad. Yeah. My bad.
But think about it, Ocho. They signed new offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, plenty of play calling experience, building around the quarterback. And they have the number 9 pick in the draft. So they get number 1 pick from Carolina, and they have their own number 9 pick, which is top 10. So if I'm them looking at what I got on defense, I'm going offensive line. If the offensive lineman from he seems to be the highest rated offensive lineman in the draft from Notre Dame. As a matter of fact, I think his daddy played with Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. I played against his dad back in the I didn't play against him, but I was on the Broncos teams that played against Kansas City. I think his dad was John Alt. So that's where I would go. That's what if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm going to the that name. I'm getting an offensive lineman, Ocho. I'm gonna get somebody protective. Now, I wish you could have got Tyron Smith. Now, I understand what comes along with Tyron because he hadn't been able to play a full season in a very long time. Yeah. But those 12 or 13 games that you are going to get him, you're going to be well protected.
Yeah, especially on the left side, especially the blind side, actually.
They're right. Yeah, and so that's what you need. So I don't have a problem. I like this. He has weapons. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, 2 1,000-yard receivers. Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, 2 pass-catching tight ends. Right. DeAndre Swift at the running back position. Like I said, I can go into the draft and get a wide receiver with the 3rd or 4th round pick. But with that 9th pick, I'm going to get an offensive lineman. I'm going to get somebody that's going to protect him because I don't know if there's anybody left in the draft that's going to give you that kind of value where you can protect the quarterback. So I can mix and match from there, but I'm going the first pick that I'm going to take. Well, first pick I'm going to take is Caleb Williams. The second pick that I'm going to take is going to be an offensive lineman. Also, Coach Prime, head coach of the CU Buffs, also spoke about Caleb landing in Chicago and said he doesn't like the landing spot. Let me tell you something I have a problem with. Kids coming from California for the last couple of years, right? Went to Oklahoma, not terribly cold. Chicago is cold, man. You got to think about that kind of stuff. when you're taking a young man. Listen, no. See, when you take a guy from Ohio State, you bring him to Chicago, okay, I can understand that. But from California to Chicago, not only that, they added what? 1 or 2 more games in the NFL, 17 games. Come on, man. You got to factor stuff in. That stuff matters. Ocho, if you don't mind me, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the people at home where Patrick Mahomes played college ball at?
Texas Tech.
Is it cold or is it hot in Texas?
It's hot out there, boy. It's hot out there, boss.
Where does he play football at now?
Kansas City, boss.
If you don't mind me asking, your quarterback, can you tell the people at home where he played college ball at?
USC.
LSU.
Oh, you talking about Joe? I thought you meant Carson. You said my quarterback. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, your current quarterback. But we go to Carson.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Carson, USC. And
Joe Burrow played at LSU.
LSU, hot.
Let's see. Cincinnati, cold. Baltimore, cold. Pittsburgh, cold. Cleveland, cold. At what point in time did we start making excuses for these quarterbacks? If the guy can play, he can play. John Elway played in Stanford. He came to Denver. Did it work out? Yeah. So if a guy doesn't pan out, are we really going to blame the weather?
Yeah.
Is that what we blaming it on now? We really?
No, I think it's just some. I think it's some just that you have to factor in. It's one of those. What do you call it? I call it anal. One of those anal things that scouts look at. One of those things that owners look at. You know, they nitpick. Sometimes they go back to elementary and find something that you did wrong in elementary and use that against you. You know, just small stuff that really doesn't matter. And I think for a player of his caliber, Caleb Williams will be able to adapt to the environment. And he'll be fine in Chicago until you get them goddamn games. Until you get them goddamn games.
Guess what? If you don't mind me asking, Ocho, do you know where Caleb Williams grew up at?
He not from LA?
Washington, D.C.
Oh,
I want it to get cold in D.C.
It get cold like that.
No, it doesn't. What? Yeah, you mean to tell me huh?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you said that and you're not Willard Scott or Al Roker and you tell me it get cold in D.C.? Man, we got to stop this, man. We got to stop this. I don't like the fact that we try to build in excuses for these guys. Hey, I'm taking the guy best available. I don't give a damn where he's from. I don't care if he played in Antarctica and he has to come to Miami or he has to play. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if a guy played in Texas and I got to bring his ass to Pittsburgh.
Right.
I'm taking the best guy available that I need at a position. So if I need a quarterback, I don't care if he played on a dome. He about to have his ass outside.
He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. He gonna be straight. He gonna adapt.
It snows in North Texas. So let me ask you a question. So he played from D.C., so it don't get cold in Oklahoma. It get just as cold in Oklahoma as it does Texas.
Yeah. When I was at Langston, it got cold up there now. It got cold up there.
Yeah, of course it does. At some point in time, it gets cold everywhere. Hell, it get cold here sometime in Southern California.
Right.
And stop making these excuses for these kids. Let them play. So I'm going to pass. So you know what, Ocho? One of the highest rated players on the board.
Right.
I'm going to pass him up because he spent 2 years in Southern Cal and we play in a cold weather climate. So I'm going to pass him up. And I'm going to take somebody else that's lesser down, that's not graded as high, but because I think he's going to be able to adapt better to the cold weather.
Nah, that ain't happening. You know that ain't happening. Yeah.
Hell, I played this. Guess where I played? Savannah State.
Yeah.
Guess where they sent my black ass? Denver.
Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for good measure, I went to Baltimore. Cold. And then sent my black ass back to Denver. So I was okay.
Yeah.
I just think the thing is, like I said, John Elway spent 4 years at Stanford and he went to Denver. Guys adapt. Just like Tom Brady grew up in Northern California.
Yeah.
And he took his ass all the way to Michigan.
Cold. Yeah. Hell, New England for 20 goddamn years.
Yeah. So man, guys adapt. You understand when you sign, like, man, I'm from the South. I gotta go. Because guys from Florida go all the time, go to Ohio State. Guys from Georgia, they go all the time to Michigan, Ohio State. Guys from Alabama, South Carolina. Hold on. Where's CJ Stroud from? California.
He's from LA. He's from LA. Yeah, he's from LA.
And guess where he played college ball at?
Ohio State, where it was cold.
Now, why would he do that?
Yeah.
Man, we got to stop this.
It don't matter. He's going to be all right.
Hell yeah, he's going to be all right.
He'll be all right.
Like I said, it's amazing. You know, it was cold to me. It was cold when I was growing up in Georgia. But all of a sudden, I make a little money. It wasn't nearly as cold, Ocho. It was the same.
And you wasn't nearly as cold. No. Put you a jacket, huh?
Like my grandson, boy, I bought me a little windbreaker. You know, your mom used to say, boy, put that windbreaker on out there. Man, that wind still cutting through my chest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.